What's happening, everybody? Hope everybody's had a great weekend. Enjoyed the 4th of July weekend, and had spent some nice time with your family. I was down in Orlando. Boy, was it hot, 90 plus every day, and pure humidity, but nice and sunny, and beautiful area. And I don't know if I can handle that heat every day, but it's nice. It's nice. To come back today, it's 68 with a little rain. It actually feels good. Right? I got a little sunburn on the neck, so I don't need any more sun today. But I want to talk about, I'm right back at it. It's like yesterday, got home early, flew in, got back to the house about 3 o'clock, played in the backyard with my little dude for like 2.5 or 3 hours. Super excited to, see him and, run around the backyard and play in the pool and stuff like that. And, prepped all my food. Got all my stuff ready to go, and it's right back to the game plan. Did my to-do list, and set my week up. So just want to talk about kind of like flipping the switch, and how to go back and forth between being able to disconnect and being able to turn it back on. And I'm somebody who struggles mightily with being able to disconnect from the business, and partly today because of social media and the phones and things like that, and being able to take my email and everything with me. So the first day I was there, I was posting a little bit, and did one of my talks from there. And then I could see that urge, and I was feeling a little anxious, was worried about like what everybody else was doing and stuff like that at the gym, and if I was you get that FOMO, right? I'm missing something on the gram, right? Somebody might be doing something cool, right? And I don't know about it. So I just deleted, Facebook and Instagram, during the day when I was with my friends and stuff like that, and just kind of turned it off. And if you're somebody like me who's A-type and always on the move and has a tough time sitting still and gets up at 4:35 a.m. every day, 7 days a week, regardless of whether or not I'm on vacation, it would take me a week of being on vacation to sleep in. I mean, it would, it's not, I was up every day before 6 o'clock. I would go out and walk, run, work out before everybody got up, go get my walk. There was a Starbucks nearby I'd walk out to. And I think being able to, for me, now I had an initiative at the gym, a marketing initiative starting today too, so I was even a little bit more anxious about getting that going. So I was kind of fielding some emails and phone calls from my team a little bit, going back and forth. But I think setting yourself up for success when you're with your family or friends comes from setting up your schedule, doing your brain dump, and getting getting yourself set up. Like, if you're reactive in your business, it's going to be next to impossible to relax. So I had zero anxiety about the gym, right? About the running of the gym. My only anxiety was this marketing initiative that we have. That's something we're running that started today. But in terms of the staffing and the functionality and the servicing of our clients, that stuff was all taken care of. My schedule for this week was done on Wednesday before I left, right? So I made sure that I had my schedule done. I set up all my appointments. I made a copy of it so I could even, if I was getting a little anxious, I could look at it and stuff like that. I did a hardcore brain dump on the plane ride there, and just kind of got all my ideas out and kind of set my to-do list for this week, and people I had a call and all that stuff like that. I reviewed that list when I got home last night. And so I'm rolling in now, and it's I can just execute, and that is in a sense where I think the greatest peace of mind comes from, and allows entrepreneurs to flip the switch, right, and be able to turn it on and turn it off. Okay, you have to be able to turn it off sometimes. You have to be able to balance it out. I was reading a great book my business partner Dan got me called Relentless by Tim Glover. Glover, the guy who was famous for training Michael Jordan for 15 years. Dwayne Wade, Charles Barkley, lots of top level guys, right? And they credit him to much of their success. And he talks about being, a cooler, you know, a closer, or a cleaner, right? And one of the things he talks about is, you know, and this is, a lot of people have spoken about this or see this, but when somebody's so dialed into something and so passionate about something, and where that thing becomes everything, a lot of other parts of your life begin to suffer. And I speak from, you know, from example. You know, I have a very tough time managing some of my personal relationships, managing my time with friends and family and things like that, because if it wasn't for Antonio, my son, I would probably, you know, work 15 hours a day still every day, right? That's just my nature. It was kind of bred into me. So if you want to have a happy marriage, and you want to have, you know, spend time with your kids and be able to be a great dad, and also a great businessman, and give yourself a mental reprieve and disconnect, so that you can come back on a Monday like today and be excited. Like, I can't wait. Our marketing initiative was working really great this morning already. We already had a ton of leads, ton of hits on it. And so I'm excited to go in and follow up with Phoebe and see where everything's at, and kind of just, you know, see how the weekend went here, and get things rolling, you know. And whereas if you just go and 24/7, a lot of times you burn yourself out. So you have to have the ability to flip the switch. And I think personally, at least in my experience, and I'm sure I'm speaking for a lot of people who have a similar experience, my peace of mind comes from knowing that I have all my T's crossed and I's dotted before I go anywhere, before the weekend comes, or before I go away on vacation, so that way I can relax knowing that I've set myself up, you know, as best as possible. If you own a business, there'll always be something, right? So, like, you know, a toilet leak or anything like that, right? So there'll always be like little things that pop up from time to time. But the majority of the anxiety that most gym owners and entrepreneurs feel is just the day-to-day schedule, the day-to-day grind. So if you could set that up where you have your schedule, your to-do list, your meeting list, your calls, and everybody you got to get in touch with over the next period of time, and just kind of make that happen, then, you know, you're set up, right? And you're going to be able to relax a little bit. So, you know, one of the things we do, I've been doing this for a long time, and it's my Friday setup, and that's, you know, I'll brain dump, I'll do my to-do list, I'll clear my head, I'll organize my stuff for the week coming up, I'll set up and if I got training programs to set up, I'll do that. If I have, you know, marketing plans or business things, I'll do that. I set my schedule up. We call that, I've talked about that a bunch of times, your ideal schedule. I lock down my schedule for the coming week, and I set everybody up on my team if need be. If there's some type of initiative like this, it's just making sure everybody has what they need to do set up, and then that way, you know, you can roll in and execute and be less reactive and less prone to dialing in. And if you're somebody like myself who because of marketing, the way we market the gym and the way we do things, you know, is on the social media quite a bit and on the emails quite a bit, you know, delete it from your phone if you need be. You know, give that a shot. You're not missing anything, I promise. You know, and if you feel like you have to post every day because you're just, you know, you have to, then use a program like a Hootsuite and set up your weekend post ahead of time. Do that as part of your Friday setup. Set up 2 or 3 posts for your weekend and let it ride. Turn your phone off, you know, disconnect, put it away. And I need to improve tremendously on this. You know, my wife never forgets to remind me, and so it's a work in progress, and it will always be a work in progress, because I love to work and I love my gym, and I'm passionate about what we've created. I'm passionate about helping people, and I'm passionate about helping gym owners and other coaches and strength entrepreneurs, you know, live a better life, you know, by not making some of the mistakes that I've made over the last 25 years. So kick-ass gang, flip the switch, right? Learn how to disconnect, balance your life, work, you know, relationships, and live peacefully.